Playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at Bills Stadium here at Orchard Park. Tonight we continue with Wild Card Weekend with what should be a great one between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Buffalo Bills.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Herbert off of play action. Going deep here for Allen. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, L.A. Keenan Allen, 68 yards. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. On 2nd down, it's Rose, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
3-yard line.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a 1st down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. And his throw here's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And now it's 3rd down.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
That's caught by Ware. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now Allen again. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Uchenna Nwosu gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Allen, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And down he'll go at the 25. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are. Stay with who you know. And
it's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure to just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
At their own 20-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. A quick throw out to Adams on the perimeter. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
At the 24-yard line.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. From the gun, it's Allen. From left side here, and it's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. Now a give, right side. Rhodes. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
45-yard line.
right back to him on first down. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46.
Number 20.
Joey Bosa in on the stop.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield, get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. They're on the counter now on first down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 20-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, Herbert. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He's airing it out for Whip. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, L.A. Mike Williams, 76 yards. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
At the Chargers' 9-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
The ball carrier.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
The Chargers' 4-yard line.
Allen going to throw. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Brought down at the 2-yard line. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And Gordon's going to be stopped short. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because
and he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Bills cut into that lead. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
This is Jakeem Grant. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10.
The Charger drive about to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Herbert on first down now. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again. Herbert. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. Where gets hit and the ball is loose. And picked up by the Chargers. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Chargers.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Los Angeles.
Here's Herbert. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bills take over 1st and 10. at their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Allen eluding the pressure, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Max Crosby leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Allen going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. On 1st and 10, Herbert. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st? Herbert operating from the red zone. And that'll be incomplete.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Let's go, D. 44.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert as the first half is winding down. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And the route is on here in this first half.
Mike Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get on.
To throw again, Allen. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Michael Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
On play action, Allen. Under pressure, they got him again. Kenneth Murray leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
At the 22-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
6-man. Check girls, check girls.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 39-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 33. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And to give this time to the tailback. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a handoff here to his running back. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Third and 2, Herbert. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And this Charger offense is running away with this one.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
3rd and 3.
To throw, it's Allen. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
44-yard line.
Mike, 44. Here we go. 44's the Mike. 44's the Mike. Watch the flag.
And to give this time to the tailback. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
On second down, here's Herbert. And right side, Henry's got it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
Los Angeles.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. 15 yards. And this offense is running away with this one. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 25.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
From the 31, Allen. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
And this is going to be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And he's going to let it go deep. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And that play is blown up, losing losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
Check it out, check.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll keep it on the ground. Peoples. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here's Michael Badgley now for the Chargers field goal. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
10 at the 49-yard line.
From the gun, Allen. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Allen's throw is complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd.
And again, it's Allen. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off at the 35. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's the option. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Well, so much for that possession.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little too much there, partner. He tried to keep it himself. Ended up getting buried in the backfield, and that brings up 4th down.
And now we've got whistles. I think we had a defender too eager to go for the block. Mark off the 5 yards, but still 4th down.
Well, they'll learn that lesson when they review it, but it didn't cost them.
And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
56 is Mike. 56 is Mike. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Throwing now is Allen. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Joey Bosa in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
56. Check 56. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of 13 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down?
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Now Allen, gotta have this one. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. And they will take a knee here. Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation